Hi, my name is Sophia. I'm a rising junior at the University of Arizona and a major in English, and I'm an international student from Chile. And I thought today I would talk about the things that I think you should bring with you to college. Of course, a lot of these things like stuff for your dorm, decorations, towels, that kind of stuff, you could always buy once you get to the US, and it's probably easier if you do buy them once you're here. These are things that I would recommend to bring in your suitcase or with you when you actually travel. This is the first thing I'd recommend. This might be a given, but I would say definitely try and bring clothes for warm weather. Tucson's in the desert. It gets really hot in the summer, and in general, it's just always pretty hot, pretty sunny. So definitely bring clothes that are good for that kind of weather, whatever that may be. Going on with the same idea of heat and how hot it is a water bottle. So of course it gets really hot and you're gonna be walking around campus everywhere. So a water bottle is key, definitely. And that's one of the things you'll notice too once you get to campus is that everyone has a water bottle, and there's a reason for it. You will need it. The next thing I'd recommend is actually to pack some clothes for some colder weather. So maybe pants or a sweatshirt, something for when it does get a little bit chilly, because even though Tucson is a desert, it does get cold at night. Temperatures can dip. And in the early morning even, it can dip to about, under 10 degrees Celsius. So I definitely try and bring something for that kind of weather. And it's only a couple of months where it does get cold, but definitely bring something for that. Whatever it is that you wear when it's colder, maybe a sweatshirt, maybe even a jacket, something like that would be perfect. So the first month of school is usually around monsoon season. So usually there's a lot of rain. I would definitely bring something for that weather. So an umbrella or a raincoat or something. That's the only thing I wasn't expecting about Tucson was that it would be rainy. Again, I had this vision of a desert, and so I was okay, well, a desert clothes, it's gonna be hot. It's going to be sunny, it's going to be dry. I don't need to bring anything for rain, and that's not the case. So definitely don't make that mistake and bring something for the rain. This might be a given as well, but the other thing I'd recommend is to bring your documents. So when you're going through immigration, when you first get to the US, you're most likely going to have to show obviously your passport and your visa, and a couple other papers. You never know what you're going to need. The University of Arizona International Student Services has a pretty extensive list of papers that you might be asked. So definitely be sure to check it out and have all your papers ready just in case. The last thing I'd recommend to bring with you to college, and this might be something that seems a little silly, but is something from home. So for me, for example, every time I go back to Chile, which is where I'm from, I try and stock up on these. They're toquitas. They're just basically these candies. I don't know how to describe it, kind of like biscuits, I guess, like a biscuit covered in chocolate. And you can only get them in Chile, so every time I go back, I always get some. So there's something like that you can only get in your country and that you think you can't live without, bring it. Anything that'll make you feel less homesick is always welcome. One of the things I'd like to highlight is that college students tend to overpack. I overpacked for sure. I packed way too many things and things that I realized I didn't need either. But the nice thing is that once you are here, it's pretty easy to get stuff here. You can always, Tucson's a pretty big city. There's things everywhere. So I wouldn't be too worried about not having what you need. I hope that helped a little bit to just kind of figure out what you're doing and Yeah, I can't wait to see up on my campus.